franchise, it's hard to believe that no one really believed in it, and it was a fight to get the movie made. Number 5, influences. With the two directors' history of stunt work and sharp eye for heart-pounding action and fast-paced fight scenes, John Wick used a unique style of intense movie action, with this particular fight choreography style in the movie often being described as gun fu. Now, gun fu is actually a style of filmmaking which was pioneered by Hong Kong director John Woo throughout the 80s, particularly in movies he directed such as The Killer. So naturally, directors Stahelski and Leach took inspiration from Woo's cinematic style for John Wick. Other influences the directors used include a 1967 crime thriller called Point Blank, as well as a 1970 French crime thriller called The Red Circle, and even more mainstream movies like Lethal Weapon, Die Hard, The Matrix, and Taken. And the whole aspect of the mysterious gold coins, which acts as a currency in the Hitman world, which actually adds to the movie's unique mythology, was inspired by The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which has a backstory of mysterious gold coins, of which it's the gold coins that gets that story set in motion. But one of the influences that really fascinates me with John Wick is the directors also got inspired by the oddball comedy caper, The Return of the Pink Panther. Well, Wikipedia claims it was Return of the Pink Panther because the movie focused on hired killers being sent after the movie's bumbling lead, Inspector Clouseau. But from my memory, I thought it was the Pink Panther Strikes Again, where all the world's hitmen were on the hunt. Unless I'm wrong and just not up to date with my Pink Panther movies, I don't know. Look, either way, I'm absolutely delighted that one of the influences for John Wick was the Pink Panther. Number 4, no dogs were harmed during the making of this movie. Phew. The shoot for John Wick started in October the 7th, 2013, and lasted a total of 9 weeks. The directors did somewhat struggle with making the movie work, what with its restricted budget and deadline schedule, and felt that many mistakes were made along the way. Now, one thing that is a catalyst of John Wick is the tragic murder of his dog. Now, no one wants to see a dog getting killed on film. I mean, come on, absolutely no one likes it when that happens. But at least with John Wick, it leads to the movie's main character killing all the bad guys. And the dog murder does happen early on, to get it out of the way so the action can now commence. And of course, when we see the dog in its lifeless state, the crew didn't actually hurt a dog, but rather used a stuffed one. You know, a sort of prop dog. However, it was while filming the scene with the stuffed dog that producer Basil Iwanek thought that the movie just wasn't working. But he really got on board with the movie's quirks and absurdity when watching the scene of John Wick interacting with the police after the hit team messed up his house, where he killed them all, to which Wick is almost comically straight-faced. That just really hit a nerve with him and made him realise that, yeah, okay, maybe the movie is working. Number 3, then there was an idea to remove the dog altogether. So test audiences reacted pretty positively to John Wick and were really on board with this violent, action-packed revenge movie. However, one element that wasn't popular with the audience was the death of Wick's puppy. Well, yeah, it's meant to be tough. It's meant to be terrible, so we can believe all the rampaging events that occur afterwards. And honestly, it makes Wick's rampage feel even more satisfying. Like, these people he's hurting really deserve it. They really do, because they hurt his dog. However, Iwanek felt that the puppy situation may alienate audiences and may not actually entirely justify all the carnage that succeeds it. But Reeves and writer Kolstad put up a fight to keep the puppy plot in the movie, with Reeves explaining that John Wick is a hardcore action movie that goes outside the box, and that the movie should be unapologetic, adding, quote, "John Wick kills 80 guys because of a puppy. Fuck you, we're done." Yeah, the puppy element, admittedly, is a hard pill to swallow, but it doesn't put me off the movie, and I haven't known it to put anyone else off from watching it. And as mentioned, it does make seeing Wick kill all these bad guys feel even more justified and satisfying. Number 2, unique deleted scene. So during the editing of John Wick, several scenes were cut down in order to give the movie a punchier flow. This meant shortening some action sequences, and it seems that several other scenes that were cut were extended scenes of John Wick mourning and brooding. It was said that the tighter, condensed, cut-down version of the movie had a better reaction with test audiences than the longer, drawn-out one. Interestingly though, one scene that was cut was to show that a hobby of John Wick's was restoring old leather-bound books, which is fascinating. But sadly, the scene didn't make it into the theatrical cut. But regardless, I kind of like the idea of this otherwise brutal, unstoppable man of action having such a unique hobby of restoring old leather-bound books. It's almost as if John Wick himself is trying to preserve history, and maybe even preserve the beauty of history, as opposed to the dirty, dark, gloomy world that he surrounds himself in. Number 1. No studio wanted to distribute John Wick. Okay, so if you can believe it, there was such little faith in John Wick and disbelief that it will be any good, no movie studio wanted to distribute it. No, they didn't want to touch it. In fact, in one particular screening for potential movie executives to distribute the movie, one of the executives walked out of the screening. Wow. Really? No one liked John Wick. Finally, Lionsgate Films showed some interest in John Wick, particularly their Summit Entertainment division. But even then, there wasn't much enthusiasm, with John Wick being at the bottom of their distribution pile, with the possibility that the movie could even be a straight-to-home video release. Oh god, that's depressing. But regardless, in October 2014, John Wick was released, and it made $86 million on a $20 to $30 million budget, which, although wasn't exactly a knockout success, was still a lot higher than expected, with the movie making a very tidy profit, with the film also being widely praised by audiences and critics alike, who were totally on board with this new action movie mythology. John Wick has now become a huge franchise, spawning 3 sequels and a spin-off streaming series, with the very name John Wick itself now being an iconic name in the pop cultural landscape, right up there with John McClane and Dirty Harry, with the film series even surpassing $1 billion, no doubt making all the executives who originally didn't believe in the movie to now backtrack and say, I always knew that would be a hit. John Wick is a splendid action movie romp, one that gives you a great sense of satisfaction that usually occurs in revenge stories. It almost feels therapeutic seeing Keanu Reeves destroy some terribly horrible people, and thus getting his own twisted justice. So if you're ever down and need to inject a little excitement into your movie diet, then John Wick has you covered. In addition to that, when Keanu Reeves attended the movie's premiere, he attended the screening with Andy, the dog who played his dog in the movie, which is just more proof that Keanu Reeves is the best. It's fascinating, as this was at a time when Keanu Reeves' career was kind of considered done, and that its glory days are over. But along comes John Wick to say no, and it put Keanu Reeves back into the mainstream, with John Wick becoming one of his most iconic characters.
Riveting set of Goonin' with the boys. Yeah, we're gonna play ourselves a little bingo on the bus today. We're gonna start off with standard ass bingo. Alright, regular ass standard bingo. Oh shit, what? Hold up. We have a pinned message from DMXPE. Sniper Wolf stole one of my videos. I posted it to Reddit and it was stolen and put on TikTok. I recorded the video, but I doubt anything will be done about it. Oh, so it sounds like Sniper Wolf pulled a classic Sniper Wolf and freebooted a freeboot. Well done to Sniper Wolf, no doubt. You recorded the video, so first off, hats off to you for recording the video. That's the right thing to do. When Sniper Wolf steals your stuff, anyone steals your stuff, not just Sniper Wolf, any freebooter, any curator who doesn't add transformative value, it is your duty, it's your right to report them if it's your content. I know you end your message with, I doubt anything will be done about it. Don't be so sure. Don't be so pessimistic. Because Mikey Skates is proof that sometimes it does work, and we can't stop. We cannot be discouraged, no matter how big the creator is. Doesn't matter. It's not right, and it does work. So we have to keep the faith. I was told by the bingo gods to perhaps react to a particular video. This is dumbest people on TikTok. We're gonna check out some real ding dongs, I guess. Okay. First off, I do want to shout out one thing we like to do here at Sniper Wolf Bingo. We always try to credit the creator. We always want to give a just think about it. It worked for Mikey Skates. She somehow was scared and backed down or removed the clip from the video. Do it again. If it's your video glitchy and you don't think she added transformative value, if you think it was just straight up stolen, do it again until YouTube gets it right, or until Sniper Wolf removes it from her video. I'm mad that like we haven't even started bingo. We've had 2 people already say like, "Yep, she like stole from me," and I reported it and nothing happened. I think you have to report again. I wish my advice were better than that. I don't have much more to give besides that, but like, don't let that deter you. Try again and make us think about it. Someone else? God damn it! A third person. This is from Broken and Sad. Sniper Stealer stole my video too. I won't go into too much detail for my privacy. I've since privated my account, and I'm also still 17, so a minor. Oh, cool! So she's stealing from minors again. Sniper Wolf, stop it! I filed a copyright claim though through my parents. It's been a week, still no news. Oh, Christ. Like Mikey didn't get a response from YouTube until 5 or 7 days, and then as soon as he got a response from YouTube saying like sorry, like nothing can be done, that's when she or her team removed the clip from her video. But like I guess wait until, if you haven't heard back from them, wait until you do. You'll probably hear back from them in a few days, and then do it again. Here we go.
Recording this cute little couple video, right? And you can
Okay.
do a little trust fall.
Summarizing AF.
Supposed to like put her arms out.
And then she falls the wrong way. Oh my god. Talk about dum-dums on TikTok.
Fall back.
Oh wait, that's it. Wait, we have a slate girl. Hold on. I'm gonna give you girl. Even though it wasn't a long girl, I'm gonna give you girl. Let's go to the bingo boards. Give me a girl. A girl? And how about random? I don't have random graphics. Starting off not strong. Starting off weak with a bad card. And people are saying summarize, sniper cam, instant replay.
This cute little couple video, right? And do a little trust fall. She's supposed to like put her arms out.
Yeah, she's supposed to put her arms are out. Yeah, summarizing AF. Let's go. Go ahead and give me summarizing.
The weak don't even want to be a part of this tomfoolery. Like, girl, you were supposed to fall back into his arms. What happened?
Let's give you victim blaming. Jarvis, show me victim blaming. First of many, methinks. I don't have victim blaming, but you might. Talking over the video. Oh, talking over the person in the video? Possibly. Yeah, she is. She's 1,000% talking over them. You know what? I can't hear what these wonderful people are saying, Sniper Wolf. Let's add talking over the person in the video, which even my YouTube responded the same day I filed a complaint. I'm going to find the video where it happened to see if they removed it like they did to Mikey. I'll put the results in this message so if it gets pinned, you'll know. I just checked the videos. Shut the f up! The video was half clipped out. Half of the drawing process was still there. It was cut before the drawing showed. What the hell? Is this some sort of loophole? Ladies and gentlemen, we got her. Again. Yeah. Coyote just said, I'll bet she clicked out only 50%, so let's just keep it over 10 minutes. Honestly. That's very Sniper Wolf. These videos, this one in particular, by the way, this one we're playing bingo with, barely over that 8-minute mark. So she's basically cutting the vid and then appealing the strike. Yeah. I think that's what happened with Mikey Skates. But it's working. It's no longer just Mikey Skates, who is our textbook example. Now we have 2, Mikey Skates and Glitchy on the bus. This went from a slow, bad start to an awesome start. I'm starting to feel like Friday all over again.
Why did you fall in the ocean? He's secretly cheating.
Oh! Black and white, rain effect! Hell yeah, black and white filter. And rain effect right next to mine. The video might... Oh, listen up to this, gamers. This is from Glitchy. The video my video was exactly 8 minutes long. It's a sweet spot for mid-rolls, remember, 8 minutes. If I file again, and there's another clip due, I'll let you know. That's actually so insane that she cut it only to get ad roll. That's an extremely strategic move on Sniper Wolf and team's part to keep their video like night and over exactly 8 minutes long, to keep those precious mid-rolls. We have yet another pinned message. This is from a new person, Certified Simp 04. She had stolen my stolen photography like a year and a half ago. It was in a TikTok that she freebooted. I took the photo when I was 17 and was so proud. I posted it on my Insta and it was stolen. I saw her video when friends started sending me her video saying she stole my photo. I checked it out, started crying because it hurt. I didn't do anything because I really hate confrontation. And I figured she got permission the person who stole my photograph, I'm here to tell you she 1000% did not get permission from the person that stole your photograph. I am so sorry, Certified Simpo, for that happened to you. That blows. That sucks. I do these bingo games and these bingo streams to have some. I asked you to please fix the Garf. This comic in particular. All Garfield comics make me laugh out loud like a little boy, except this one. This one, I just fail to see the punchline. It bothers me and it worries me. Am I the one at fault here? No, it's the Garf. It's this comic. How do we fix this Garf? Here are your answers that I'm seeing for the first time. Now, where could my Garfield be? So stupid. Infinitely better than the original. Oh my god. The old Garfield minus Garfield approach. I respect it. It's just a lot quieter. I can hear my own thoughts now. Now where could my pipe be? John Field. Thank you for making him flesh colored. Oh, this one's the best yet. Can we turn John Field into a new long-running series? Can John Field replace Garfield? Now where could my limited edition Luigi Bong be? Do you believe in Luigi Bong? Because I do. I wish I knew how to read. Simple, beautiful, sublime. No Garf needed. Just an illiterate but optimistic man. He's trying. He's trying. Please, I did this on my phone. Oh, you know it's going to be real good then. A real banger I'm about to see here. I sure hope no one smokes my cremated remains after I'm dead. Oh, that's pretty good. You know, for something done on a phone, that's not bad. Garfield. Those remains were sacred. Oh, nice. I just noticed Alcuin's presidency on the first panel. This is so sad. Is this Garfield loss? No, where could my pipe be? I like him bursting through the hospital doors, seated reading a newspaper. SCP Garfield has been corrupted. All I know about SCPs are they're very spooky. Now where could my be? This one's real fun if you get SCPs, which I don't. I made this as soon as I saw the opportunity. Okay, so whatever we're about to look at was this person's very first thought. Let's do a deep dive on their psyche. Jesus Christ. Jim frothing at the mouth. Sure. What the fuck is my pipe? So Numikara, you're clearly insane, but there's a charm to your insanity. You know how big John's teeth are in the final frame. He's 90% teeth. Poor Garf, he just wanted to feel what it was like to be human. This is awesome. This makes me want to force a pipe into my dog's mouth so I can reenact this comic and then show it to Peter. I made this in paint in 20 minutes. I hope he likes it enough. It's also my first time doing this. Alright, I'm hearing a lot of excuses like, oh, I made it in paint. It only took me 20 minutes. It's also my first time. All I'm hearing are excuses. Be confident. And if it sucks, it sucks. Now where could my pipe be? I must admit, for a first YI attempt, this is frustratingly good. Come get it, John. Come get your pipe. Oh, it's my Garfield juice. Damn, Garf's been hitting those squats. He bounced a pipe off those cheeks. It's a him. Oh boy. I literally just recorded the write the Mario movie screenplay one sentence at a time, YI, 30 minutes ago. So I got Mario on the brain. What do we got? Now where could my pipe be? Jesus. December 2022. Can't come soon enough. Fuck it. Let's make Chris Pratt the new voice of Garfield. Would that fix it? I hope I never find out. I just gave him more pipes. Now where could my pipes be? Sweet mama. I must say that's a very good Photoshop of the multiple pipes there. Vastly improved with the new dialogue. Thank you very much, Eyeless Kermit. What a horrid profile. Before we continue, today's video is sponsored by NordVPN, and what good timing because this is pretty perfect. Spider-Man No Way Home is coming out real soon, and it'll be a big one. It's got all the Spider-Boys, some Spider-Villains, it's a big deal. So let's say you want to catch up and watch all the Spider-Man movies, old and new. Let me search Spider-Man on Netflix here, and wow, I'm mad and disappointed. What a piss poor selection. But with NordVPN, because they have thousands of servers across dozens of countries, you can watch every major Spider-Man movie So bad. So bad. Most pretentious text ever on a painting. Also, paintings shouldn't have text on them. This is the Nepali flag equivalent of paintings. Fuck you. It's a clever Garfield comic. I'm not insulting you. I love your comic. I just hate the painting and everything it stands for. Thank you for tuning in to yet another Rant with Jack's films. And here's one from 1986 Toyota Corolla. So I'm taking my
Hey guys.
every time. So I'm taking my Fab 2 Pro with me to travel through space and time in my own personalized home-built time machine. Garfield. Garfield would think that's incredible. Because Garfield has taste. Artist notice 2016 Lenovo, all rights reserved, up in the corner. Very clever inclusion of the TV here. You probably got that from another old Garf comic. It blends in quite well. Seems to have a gift in both artistry and comedic punchlines. Fixed it. Creepy smile ever seen on John wearing a claw neck shirt. Now where could my pipe be? Garfield. What the shit? The council labeled this comic as "He is the pipe." How about that? But why is John wearing claw neck merch? Why is his mouth so much worse? I like the surreal finish. I have questions about the first two panels. There are many things that I regret in this life. This ain't one of them. Ooh, with confidence like this, it better be good. Oh no. Oh no. It's me. Now where could my wine be? Klondike. Oh, that's adorable. Pinky out and everything. Alright, first off, I don't still browse emoji movie memes. Alright? Or light switch memes. I definitely do rock the birch though. And the occasional V-neck. Also, I would never drink red wine. That should be white. That's very cute. Matt Dean, I'm giving you 4 Yai tokens. 4, of course, for being the number of years the emoji movie has been out. It's a really cute Klondike drawing. Also, doesn't John Arbuckle have like a brother or a friend that kind of looks just like this with a weird pedo stash? He was in a lot of early Garfield comics and then he, disapparated. Ooh, if it was made in 2012. Alright, what could that mean? Before I spoil the comic. If it was made in 2012, methinks we're gonna see a Rage comic or a Troll face. That's my guess. Here we go.